Hello everybody, welcome back to the HUBient channel. My name is Nikki and I'm so glad that you clicked on this video today. Welcome back to my chill Q&A part 2. Welcome back to my chill Q&A, guys. Like I said in my last video, I received a handful of videos for my Q&A, so much so that we had to split the video in two. So welcome to part 2. And again, another disclaimer, you'll notice my outfit is different from when I'm answering questions, and this is because again, we realized I talk too much. So we're splitting it in half. Intro, outro will be different, but that's changed. So I just wanted to say that I really do love hearing from you guys. Again, you'll notice I love to talk a lot. I love to answer your questions. So if you guys have any more questions, I would love to hear them in the comments down below. I don't necessarily respond. I'm sure you guys have noticed this by now, but I do like to take note of it and mention it in my videos because you guys are like that important to me. I like to mention you guys on video. So if you guys have any more questions, please don't hesitate to let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, I hope you don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the HUBient channel, and ring that bell so you're notified every time we upload a brand new video. Alright, let's get to answering more questions. Let's go! Question. If you could change anything from your past, what would it be? This is an excellent question, but if I'm being honest, I don't think I would change anything. Maybe, yeah. When we're talking like my life in general and things I've done, things I've accomplished, I wouldn't really change anything because I feel like if I did, then I wouldn't end up where I am now and I wouldn't be the person I am today, and I like who I am now, although I'm still a work in progress, and I do like where I am right now. If I changed anything, that I wouldn't be here. So as cliche as it sounds, I actually wouldn't change a thing. However, if I could go back in time and maybe tell younger Nikki to think twice about what she says, then maybe that. Because there was a point in my life where I didn't quite understand yet the gravity of words and the things you can say and how it can affect someone's life and how it can hurt people. So yeah, that would probably be the only thing, to tell younger Nikki to think twice. Just think twice, that's all. You know, not necessarily change what she does, just before you say something, think about it first, because yeah, that needed a lot of work. Okay, we have just very few to go. I'm gonna try and lightning round this. So what time do you sleep? Oh, I wish I had like a solid answer for that. I don't sleep at the same time every day. It depends on what I'm feeling and what time I have to wake up the next day, but I sleep when I'm tired. That's it. Next question. Oh, that's long. Not a question. Awesome. At least they're honest. Not a question, but I would love to see a day in my life vlog. I think you live a really interesting life, so it would be nice to know more about you and what you do when you're not sitting down filming videos. Do you want me to film standing up? I love your thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate that. That's so sweet. I love that they started with like not a question. At least they're honest. Like, I love that. Love you. Thank you. A day in my life vlog. I don't really do much in a day, if I'm being honest. My days are quite repetitive. But if you guys would like to see like my week, like, because I think a week is a bit more realistic, or not realistic. A week is a bit more entertaining. I do more in a week than in a day. So I'll think about that. Maybe I'll do a like week in my life vlog. Next question. Oh, can I take you out on a date? I'm a busy girl. I wish I could take myself out on dates, but I'm a busy girl. I can't. And also, I don't know who you are. So next question. What phone do you have? This one. This is the iPhone 13 Pro Max in Sierra Blue. I really like this color. I think it's so clean, it's so pretty. I love it. I love the way it looks. Next question. Do you speak Cantonese? No. Susu. Which means little. I can't. My students laugh at me every time I try. I just can't. Cantonese, a little bit of Mandarin. Mandarin's a bit easier to speak. Cantonese is difficult because there's 7 tones. So if you say it one way, you're probably saying it wrong. Whereas Mandarin has 4, so it's a bit easier to do. Okay. What's your MBTI? I love this question. ESFP was when I was in high school, because in high school we were required to take that test before applying for universities to see what kind of course would suit us. But when I recently took it again, I was INFJ. So the pandemic did things to me, guys. Next question. One thing you can't survive without. Water. Sorry, I know that sounds so basic and a bit scientific actually, but I really need water. Cold water especially. I really need cold water. I'm sorry, my head is itchy. I need really cold water because I don't know, I don't like room temperature water. Although I like water in general, but cold water is like. What's your current favorite video game? This is a lovely question. Stardew Valley. My heart still quite loves, wow, English, that didn't make sense. I still kind of really like Valorant. Like sometimes Valorant fills a certain part of happiness in my life that just I can't find anywhere else. But Stardew Valley is so calming, and I do want to start a new like 10 different save files of just like different farms and marrying different people, and it's just right now I would say Stardew. Like Stardew is so calming, especially because Hong Kong is so, I'm so sorry if I keep scratching my head. Hong Kong is so kind of chaotic and fast-paced. So a slow, chill game like Stardew is great. What music do you listen to? A lot of K-pop. A lot of K-pop. It's a bit absurd, but a lot. And if it's not K-pop, then probably Bruno Mars. And if it's not Bruno Mars, then probably Ariana Grande. Wait, are you a backseat driver? No, I am a driver. I'm not a backseat driver because I know, as someone who actually drives, I know how annoying it is to have someone backseat drive. So I'm not a backseat driver. I'm a driver. Because I don't know, it's just backseat drivers are so annoying, and golden rule, treat people how you want to be treated. So if I don't want to have a backseat driver, I shouldn't be a backseat driver, right? So that simple. No, I'm not a backseat driver. Unless it looks like we're heading straight towards danger, then yes, I'm a backseat driver. But generally I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get into your car unless I trust you. So I don't see why I would backseat drive. How do you handle your anxiety and depression? Sometimes I find it hard to even get out of bed. Oh, that's a tough one. How do I? First and foremost, it took me a long time to even find out that I had anxiety and depression. Like at first I didn't even know what was happening up here until I got checked and I was told that I have severe anxiety and depression. So first and foremost, it took me a while to even find out. Secondly, I wouldn't say that I handle it. I think it's more of this is a heavy question. I think it's like coming to terms with it and understanding what it is, and maybe understanding your triggers is one thing as well, and that's something that's going to take a really long time. I know it took me a really long time. Even after I found out, it took me like 3 years before I was able to really say I'm feeling better. It was a long journey for me, and it felt really slow at the time. But as long as you just try your best to put one foot in front of the other, you're gonna get there eventually. And I know some days are really hard. Some days you just can't get out of bed. I know I've been there way too many times. But maybe just try sitting up in bed. That is already a big step. And even if you just sit in bed, that's enough. And drink water. That's super important. Water. If you can eat, go ahead and eat. If you have the strength to take a shower, that's also really good, and brush your teeth. But at the very most, just sit. You know, if you don't want to get out of bed, just sit. That's already something to be proud of. So take your time, don't rush yourself. I definitely didn't, and I can say now that I'm a bit better with my anxiety and my depression. But just take your time, no rush. And remember that you're in this massive world. You're never truly alone. I want to take dance class, but I'm shy. Don't be shy. I honestly, the number one thing I tell people who take dance class is, you know, everyone is there to learn. No one goes to dance class to judge another person. Everyone who attends dance class is there to learn and to walk away with something new and maybe even make friends. So don't be shy, because if you're thinking about what other people are thinking, believe me when I say the only thing that other people in the room are thinking about are the steps. Believe me, like they're just thinking about, oh my gosh, what comes next. They're not thinking about, you know, you. That's not how dance classes are. That's not the environment. It's just people are there to learn, people are there to have fun and learn a new skill. Don't be shy to take dance class. Go for it. I believe in you. I believe in you very much. Last question. Oh. How old are you? What's napo? Napo. Sorry, Tagalog. How old are you, Miss Nikki? I really, really love your voice and your accent. And I like you too. Oh, that's so sweet. I am turning 24. Just like, that's it. I'm turning 24. Again, thank you so much thank you so much for appreciating my voice. Like I said earlier, sometimes I hate my voice. So the fact that you appreciate it makes me very happy. And my accent, I don't know, my accent is very messy because growing up in Hong Kong, which was colonized by the British, I watched the British telly when I was very young. So there are certain words that I pronounce with a bit of a British twang because my British accent used to be very strong when I was a kid because, like I said,
I would just copy what I watched on TV. And for example, when I would say, I'm mad, I would say, I'm so cross with you. So that's why it's also very easy for me to kick into a British accent, because I essentially had one when I was younger. But as I grew up and I went to different schools and I met with different people, and people taught me the way they pronounce things, my accent is kind of a bunch of different ones, because I learned so much from so many people. And yeah, so my accent is, I don't know what it is. Honestly, it's sometimes it's really American, sometimes, and sometimes it's quite British. It's really funny because whenever I talk to an American, they tell me that I sound British, but whenever I talk to someone who's British, they tell me I sound like an American. So somewhere there is where I land. But if you want me to speak Tagalog, I can, but I think it's still kind of obvious that I'm not fluent at it. So
that was my chill Q&A, the end of 2 parts. As you guys can tell from the clips of me answering questions, I actually really do love answering your questions. It comes off as a little narcissistic to me sometimes, like answering questions about myself, but I actually really enjoyed it. That's why we had to split in 2, because I just kept talking. And I realized this as I was filming. It's because even though I post videos here on the HUBient channel for you guys, things that interest me, things that I think you might find interesting, whether it's food, gadgets, or honestly, whatever. I post so many different things. But I realized I don't really talk about myself. And so I know that sometimes I can come off as just a person on your screen, but I'm glad that I got to answer some questions for you guys so that I might seem a bit more relatable. I like the fact that you guys know me a bit more. I hope you guys can see me as a friend, as someone you can talk to now that you know a bit more about me. But if you want to know more, again, please don't hesitate to ask questions, because I do actually read your comments. If you guys have watched my previous videos, you'll notice I do actually take into consideration things that you guys want to see. So if you guys have any more questions, suggestions, recommendations, please do not hesitate to let me know in the comments down below. And while you're down there, I hope you don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the HUBient channel, and ring that bell so you are notified every time we upload a brand new video. Again, my name is Nikki, and I'm so glad that I met you here today. Until the next video, bye!